Good day, everybody. Matt Estridge here for Fit Diesel LLC. We do have more shirts than this one. I'm just doing several videos for the launch of the business as the lead instructor and programmer. I'm going to try to keep videos under a few minutes, so I'm going to get right to it with my background and where my knowledge comes from as a part of this business. I'm a lead instructor for Fit Diesel and programmer. Currently, I'm an Olympic strength and conditioning coach for the University of Tennessee Athletics as an intern. Previous to my law enforcement career, I was a strength and conditioning coach for the men's athletics department when men's and women's were separated. And Johnny Long brought me on. John Stuckey, God bless him, he's passed years back, was still there some, so I got to be around a real legend and a wealth of education from that gentleman. Dan Hamilton, Barry Kane, which is still there, Stu, Horn, Van Vliet, several guys from that. I'm just naming their names because I owe them credit. And Benny Wiley, he's been several places, Cowboys, Texas, Tennessee, in his own thing now. Won the, I think it was the NBC show, some fitness show. Sorry, Benny, I forgot which one it was now, but you're a beast. Aaron Osmus, great coach, beast as well. Just great mentors in that area. That's where my education comes from, and what I'm currently doing with them. I was a DHS, or Department of Homeland Security counterterrorism agent, working in small team tactics in small units, domestic and international, conducting surveillance, covert, and responding to threats that we would have to retake a hostile environment. I was lead instructor for active shooter countermeasures for Department of Homeland Security. My mentor was a special operations legend. He is who honed my skills to a really detailed understanding of fundamentals and angles and just what really works from proven combat, the years and years he had. And he was also an instructor after some of his operational days were finished. That person really honed me. I wish I could say his name, but I cannot. I was also the co-lead defensive tactics instructor. I've been studying martial arts for about 29 years, and as the agency saw me as someone that would be a good viable option as a co-lead instructor, I taught legal or use of force, firearms instructor from FLETC as well for the agency. I was a distinguished weapons expert from FLETC and an expert for Homeland Security, which that's shooting paper targets for all you people out there who do not know, and that's great. My agency was more focused on combat shooting, multiple targets, multiple threats, moving and shooting, working in those small teams, and that's where really the bulk of my knowledge is, and I think that's more important for practical use, and where I can help law enforcement and military today that aren't at that top tier of training or receiving that training. As well, I was the fitness coordinator for the Homeland Security office I was with in Washington, D.C., which means you're the head strength coach, and that's from obviously my background that I mentioned before. And I have several certificates and things in that nature from the government, like the Cooper Institute, well known, and still I'm a student of dietary analysis and strength conditioning, flexibility, and programming, and I follow daily the studies that are coming out or studies that have been done in Europe recently, doing some really great things in that area, which we'll speak about in the future. I was a federal task force agent. That's where I got a bulk of my close quarter battle education, conducting high-risk search warrants and investigating organized crime. I was an investigator, I was a police officer, and like I said before, 29 years of martial arts. I can't say everything and give everybody credit. I want to keep it pretty short. Now I train with Samuel Braga, 9-time Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion. I'm a brown belt there, looking to, when it's time, I'm ready to receive that black belt. It's a big goal, long time goal. Wrestling, can't mention their names, but it's been doing that about 10 years now. Wish I would have done it as a kid, but I was the striker who got into it afterwards, and great mentors from All-Americans. And if you're local, Halls High School, Shannon Sane, shout out to you. Great coach, helping me now, and I get to train over there, and it's just great experience, and still continue my education in that. Boxing came from Ace Miller. God bless him, he's passed now, legendary boxing coach. Kickboxing and Muay Thai and some other traditional arts are mixed in there. Of course, from kid up, 9 years old up. Bill Hall actually deserves credit from the kickboxing community. He was coached by Joe Louis. He was number 2 in the world at one point, and really taught me how to pop the shoulders and have a good hook and good covering. So that's kind of the martial arts bulk, just the general stuff to get out there. Filipino martial arts is a very specific one I want to talk about quite a bit for everyone, because there's a lot of flowing type, slow, methodical, really cool techniques that just aren't practical. But the self-defense is different than a fight, and in the street or in law enforcement, or if you are attacked with a weapon, that is a fight. And my teacher, Amante Marinas, is a world-renowned grandmaster and just has a practical approach with great fundamentals. So I'm going to be sharing some of that as well. Beyond that, I've had a few awards. I was the DHS honor graduate. I also broke a sprint record for my local academy, which I'm sure has been broken now. But we'll see what my 40 is in the near future. I'll be doing that, and my vertical's still there. We'll talk about that down the road, and some programming and how to increase verticals and things for athletes and anybody who wants to. As well, I think from the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, I have several certificates as an instructor in the government, and I was a distinguished weapons expert, like I mentioned before. And again, certificates are great, but it's putting what you can do on paper or in test to real life is most important. And that's what I'm about for this channel, this business, is giving honest information, practical information that's fundamental, high percentage, that has been battle proven and battle tested, or tested in rings, or tested in combat, or in all these different areas. And specifically dietary analysis. I've studied under great natural physique coaches, and I still study daily, honestly, in that area with all the research that's out now. It's new. So that's the bulk of me. I'll keep the videos shorter than this in the future. I want to give you an overview of me. Have a great day. God bless.